Welcome back, viewers. You're watching South Speaks. The topic today, the tussle between Tamil Nadu Governor RN Ravi and the Tamil Nadu government seems to continue, and it's only intensifying in the state of Tamil Nadu. The DMK has announced that it will boycott Governor's tea party on the occasion of Independence Day. However, a representative of the ruling government still may take part in the event, is the information that we're picking up. Now, yesterday, DMK's alliance partners took the same stand, with the Congress alleging that RN Ravi had consistently tried to obstruct the functioning of the government. RN Ravi, of course, has been at loggerheads with the DMK and its alliance partners over multiple issues, viewers. And this has been, of course, since he was made the governor of Tamil Nadu in 2021. In fact, the tussle between the two sides, especially over non-clearing of bills, Tamil Nadu government in particular has been at loggerheads about this. And even last year, the government boycotted the tea party hosted by RN Ravi. They cited similar reasons then as well. RN Ravi, of course, has delayed the assent of 12 bills passed by the Tamil Nadu Legislative Assembly. So today, once again, the debate comes up. Is this good and healthy for a democratic process, or is it right considering the issues that have surfaced in the past? YG Madhuvanti of the BJP is with us today. Kovai Satyan from the AIDMK joins us. Lakshmi Ramachandran from the Congress party and Dr. Narayan Lakshman, Associate Editor, The Hindu. All of them with us today to try and decipher whether this deadlock in any way can be put to an end. Let me open this up with Mr. Kovai Satyan. Mr. Satyan, what do you make of this decision that has come in now a couple of years in a row?
This is unfortunate and it is not good for the state of Tamil Nadu. What's happening in Tamil Nadu is the tussle between the governor's office and the CMO's office has escalated into a personal rift between the governor and MK Stalin. 55,000 graduates who got graduated out of Madras University last year are still awaiting their degree certificates because the governor and the CM are in loggerheads and there is a case pending before the judiciary. This is one example. It is true that many an occasion governor is stepping onto the shoes of the chief minister by taking advantage of MK Stalin's incompetence. It is not that they are playing by the book. There is a saying in English, to have an understanding, you should have a misunderstanding. But the misunderstanding between the governor and CM has escalated to such a high level, it has become an ego clash between amongst themselves. Whether you are powerful or I am powerful, let us prove it out. And every action of the governor, Mr. Ravi is very smart. The way he plays out is, he always paints a picture that he is playing by the books, stepping into the shoes of MK Stalin, because on many occasions, MK Stalin incompetence is severely exposed. He paints a picture, he is playing by the rule book. But however, you have to understand, whatever vested as powers of the MK Stalin, it is his powers. You certainly can't get into a loggerheads with the chief minister's office every occasion now and then and impede the daily functioning of the government. Yeah. There will be governance rifts, but it has to be sorted out amicably. Unfortunately, what's happening here is both of them are not willing to come down and work for the betterment and benefit of the state. They are there to prove a point that is, I am right, you are wrong, you are right and I am wrong. And in the end, who is paying a heavy price is the common man here in Tamil Nadu. The state is suffering because of both of them getting into loggerheads with each other. This is not a healthy trend. This is doing no good to the state of Tamil Nadu. Certainly, both of them are crossing the
Okay, Mr. Satyan, you're pointing out two issues, that possibility of egos, two big egos at play here, and more importantly, politics, which is again being detrimental in the interest of the people. I'll also bring in, the Congress party here, Lakshmi Ramachandran. As far as the DMK is concerned, they have time and again mentioned that as far as Mr. RN Ravi is concerned, either indirectly or directly, he is acting on the behest of the BJP. This is a charge that has come in. You've said that he does not allow a constitutional process, a democratic process, does not allow the state government to function in a way. But, when you have a protocol party, a tea party that is thrown in a governor's residence, do you think that this could be an opportunity, for the parties to sit together, have a dialogue with the governor, speak to him about issues in an informal gathering? Do you think that's a possibility? Or do you think boycotting is the only option here?
Good evening. Let us first understand this governor's track record as the governor of Tamil Nadu. The governor's office is a constitutional position. Now, this governor has been acting against the constitution, so much so that the Supreme Court of India had to pull him up for not swearing in a minister who was appointed by the chief minister. Appointing ministers, choosing members for his or her cabinet is the chief minister's prerogative. He refused to swear in a minister, so the Chief Justice of India had to reprimand him. So that is what that is part of this governor's track record. At the beginning of every assembly session, the governor has to give a customary speech. The tradition is that this speech is prepared by the government of the day, whichever government. And this governor completely deviates from the text given to him by the government and makes his own statements, pushes his own agenda. The way the chief minister and the government handled the situation after the governor's speech was applauded by the entire state. So this man is playing politics. Sometimes people get a doubt whether he is the president of Tamil Nadu BJP or if it is Annamalai. So he is misusing his constitutional position and he is playing politics. There are about a dozen bills, I think you mentioned in your introduction, there are about a dozen bills passed by the democratically elected assembly of the state, which he has outright refused to sign. If this is the way the governor of a state is going to behave, what are the options in front of the political parties that operate in the state? If he is going to stifle the government, elected government from functioning, we have to tell him, we have to show our resentment. People have been speaking up and it has not had any effect on him. So, these are ways in which we show our opposition to whatever he is doing in the state. And that is why the political parties here have decided to boycott the Tea Party.
Okay, I seem to have lost your audio there towards the end. Let me bring in the BJP at this point in time to, rebut both of these charges that have come in. YG Madhuvanti, one thing that the AIDMK points out, Mr. Satyan there says that this is an issue between the governor and, the ruling party. And they're washing the dirty linen in public. The public are the ones who are getting affected. As far as the Congress is concerned, they believe that there is no reason to go and do these courtesy meets when he's behaving on the behest of the BJP and more importantly against the interests of the states and against the constitution.
Good evening and good evening to my fellow panelists, and let me at the outset wish you all a very, very happy Independence Day in advance. Having said that, this is not some personal dinner that the governor has invited everybody for to his house over some personal occasion. This is celebrating the independence of this country. This is a very important event. It is an occasion where you go beyond politics and you attend the event. This is not the place to show your dissent over what the governor is doing. There are other forums to be showing all this. And it's not that the DMK or the Congress have not been showing their dissent. And as far as we are concerned, the governor has not done anything unconstitutional as of now. And I think everybody in the state knows that. And washing dirty linen in public and saying that we will not come for a tea party hosted by the governor, that too to celebrate Indian independence. What sort of a statement is that? What do you mean by boycotting the Indian independence tea party? This is not the governor's tea party for his function, for his birthday or some occasion personally. This is to celebrate the 78th year of Indian independence. Everybody as a citizen of this country, especially people holding responsible positions, have to attend it to celebrate and salute the nation. And you salute the post. It's the executive state order.
But as far as celebrating Independence Day is concerned, everybody there will argue, the Congress will argue and the DMK will easily argue that they do it. They hoist the flag, they celebrate Independence Day in many ways, but probably visiting the governor's residence in any way is not a way of showing their patriotism to the country or celebrating the day.
Sir, that is their mindset, and I'm sorry, I'm not here to change people's mindsets. I am only giving you my perspective and the BJP's perspective. And we are very clear that this is an official invitation to celebrate the nation's independence.
But
This is not the governor's personal
what about this
invitation.
long-standing issue? But what about this long-standing issue? Do you feel that, both now, while on one hand I asked the Congress party, I asked them this question, that do you feel that in this informal setting, it is a right forum for them to sit together and probably, settle some of these internal issues if there are, for the better functioning of the state? In the same manner, do you feel that the governor as well could come a step forward? Because in many ways, there have been a lot of charges that have been leveled against him of not clearing bills, of issues that universities are facing because of the tussle that he's having. And the Congress pointed out an instance where, we had the Supreme Court having to interfere as well with, some of the decisions that he had to take. So when you look at all of these and a pattern of sorts that has been developing in Tamil Nadu over the last couple of years, do you think that there is some sort of thinking to do for the governor as well in this situation?
Sir, the governor as well as the opposition have every right of their own to do their thinking. And like you rightly said, this is a very informal occasion, if you look at it that way, to come and sit across a table and sort out issues. Why play petty politics? Why be so immature and say, I will not attend your invitation? The governor has not stopped inviting anybody because of all this, right? He has invited everybody, irrespective of whether they are for him or against him. Why are you going against the governor and saying, I won't come?
Okay, let me bring in Dr. Narayan Lakshman. Of course, he's been very closely monitoring what's been happening, political scenario in Tamil Nadu last couple of years. Now, again, Mr. Lakshman, the boycott of this tea party happens. And we've seen this strained relationship continue for too long. Do you see in any way this ending? And what do you make of what, YG Madhuvanti was saying, that this is an important day and this is a dinner or a party that has been called, a tea party that has been called on the occasion of Independence Day, and differences should be kept aside. Do you agree with that?
No, I don't think. I think firstly, one has to take a bigger step back and look at the context in which this conflict emerged. And obviously, that has to do with the fact that the BJP government has been using institutions of governance to actually influence the way politics works at the state level. That includes, the income tax and ED and others in more serious circumstances. It also includes the office of the governor. It includes multiple use of formal institutions of the state to, especially in opposition governed states, to impact governance. Now, the interesting question, Deepak, is after the latest election, Lok Sabha election results, where the BJP no longer has majority and is now, it is part of leading a coalition government, how will they change the patterns by which they use these institutions to impact opposition governed states? And in this case, it could be that maybe we could hope for and expect a change in the pattern of, some would call it interference by the governor in the elected representatives' actions and policies. But at the same time, because of what has already happened, that is such a bitter divide between the DMK government in Tamil Nadu and the governor here, that today what you've seen is a spillover of the past. They are very within their democratic rights to protest and to, as a gesture, formally not go for this event. There is no compulsion to go. And if we are looking at propriety in that regard, it behooves the governor far more to have not interfered with the various bills that were passed by the government and to have quickly stamped them, as indeed they are required to do under the Constitution of India.
Okay, I think we've got a detailed perspective from what different political parties and more importantly what Mr. Narayan as well was pointing out. But overall, it seems as if these differences that stem from various aspects somewhere should be laid to rest, whether it can be done tomorrow or it can be done in a different setting. But it is the need of the hour, especially for the people of Tamil Nadu, for smooth functioning, either passage of bills or, like Mr. Satyan was pointing out, issues in the university. Resolving this deadlock seems to be the need of the hour. Let's see if that eventually happens. But as far as this boycott is concerned now, it's the entire India bloc that has decided to actually go ahead and continue with it. I'm thanking all our panelists for joining us today on this broadcast and sharing your perspectives. With that, it's a wrap on the debate. But